This is the new TC Pride Podcast, episode 34, part one of on-location coverage of the Lush Thanksgiving Day community meal. TC Pride Podcast, we're on location at Lush for the annual Thanksgiving Day community meal, and I'm here with the organizer of the event.
I'm James Nelson, and my husband Brian Johnston and I helped take over Lush about a year ago after Kelly's estate left, and then we started this Thanksgiving tradition last year, and it was just something we wanted to do for our community because we know there's a lot of people that don't have a place to go, and in our neighborhood here in Northeast, that might sometimes means students at the college that just can't afford to go home for the holiday, and oftentimes those in our community who maybe don't have families that accept them and just need a place to be. And we started it last year, and this is now our second year doing it, and probably one of my favorite things we do every year.
So for people who aren't familiar with Lush, maybe aren't from the area, what can you tell folks about the background of Lush?
So Lush is a GLBT bar that's been around for about 7 years. The original owner passed away, unfortunately, about 2 years ago. And we were fortunate enough, together with our business partner, Ken Darling, who is the owner, to be in a position to kind of wait till that estate was ready to settle. And we were able to take over about a year and a half ago. And part of what attracted us to Lush is that it was clean and modern and kind of represented everything we thought the gay community should have, but doesn't always in a lot of bigger cities. And so we rethought what could Lush be and added on the event center where we do our weekly drag shows, burlesque on Fridays, private events, and kind of turned Lush more into a community center and kind of a queer arts venue, if you will, along with a full-service restaurant and bar.
Oh, so a little bit of everything. You're really trying to be a one-stop shop for the community, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's been fun, and we just realized that there's more space here than was being used, and there was a need we felt for a place where the queer community could come together and celebrate with their friends and allies, and we've been really blessed to have grown into those shoes over the last year.
Awesome. So, speaking of being blessed, it is Thanksgiving Day. So I've been asking folks here at Lush tonight what they're thankful for. So what are you thankful for this year?
Kind of a big year for my husband and I. We both have families that are a little more conservative than we are, and this year both our families decided to come out to Lush and join us for Thanksgiving with a bunch of our other friends, and got to meet our parents. Met each other for the first time, which for us who've been together 5 years was a big landmark for us. So we're kind of on cloud nine today.
Awesome. And, the other thing I've been asking people is, along with thinking about what we're thankful for, there's been kind of a crazy year. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on this year. I've been asking people about also what they're hopeful for. So, in a few weeks, 2016 is going to be behind us, and we're going to be looking at moving into the future together. What are some things that you're hopeful for as we move forward into 2017 and beyond, both for the community and for our country as a whole?
I think the biggest thing I've learned in the last year taking over Lush is that this community, GLBTQ community, is so much bigger than I ever even thought, even though I've been part of it for years. And I'm just real hopeful that as we've realized the importance and need for safe spaces this year, that we're blessed that I work in an industry where we get to be that space. But it's been really fun to see people that took that for granted possibly before under Obama's administration, where we got used to winning. We always got to come out on top, and maybe that won't be the case for a little bit here. But as I'm seeing people of privilege and of just older years than myself who have lived through more, offering their skill and ability and advice, and showing us that as a community we can make it and we can do good things together, and that to not despair. And I have one example. We do this meal for Thanksgiving. It's just something we believe in as a company and as people who are the owners and operators. But we had several regular customers here that just have felt that sense of community over the last year here, and really think that we might be a little different here at Lush, and that we encourage that kind of attitude. And one lady came a while ago and gave me a real generous check towards the event tonight, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. We don't have to do that. We're happy. We do this because it's something we want to do. And she said, no, I know, but because you guys work so hard, I want to contribute. And then another gentleman came in just before open today, and I had been telling him last week at the bar, I'm like, oh, it's so cool. This lady already donated, and it's just fun to just when people realize that you're doing good things and that there's more good to do. And he asked me, he's like, well, how much did you spend on groceries for the meal? And I quietly told him, and he's like, well, I know your friend already donated. He said, I'd like to cover the rest. And he wrote me a check for the rest. And I'm just, as much as people can be cynical right now, it's also drawing out the best in people to say, yep, we can do this, and these details matter, and let's go do it together.
So definitely a lot to be thankful for this year, then.
I'm on cloud nine between parents meeting my husband and a bar full of good people coming together. I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate Thanksgiving.
And so you said that you have a wide range of events here. You try to be sort of a central point for a lot of different art forms. Maybe do you have like a couple of things that are kind of coming up really soon that you want people to know about?
We do 3 things weekly that are real big. Drag is one of our highlights here, but we do a drag talent search every Thursday night. Always fun to see the up and coming and less experienced come here. And more than just being a contest, it's a place where our long-standing staff of drag performers, people like Monica West, who've been in the Twin Cities for 30 years, Roxy Marquis, they'll be backstage helping people. And there's a real feeling of camaraderie and helping people grow in their art form. We do that every Thursday night. Friday is our night that's dedicated to gender nonconforming, queer, trans, kind of the more forgotten aspects of our community sometimes. And we just throw a fun queer dance party, and it's highlighted by Black Arts Burlesque, the longest running queer burlesque troupe in the state. And then Saturday is our main drag show, #Drag Revolution, which has some of the longest standing drag performers in the city, and some new and upcoming people too. And between that, we end up with a week full of just a little bit of everybody and something for everyone, which is kind of fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, and good luck in the future. And thanks so much for welcoming the Twin Cities Pride podcast here tonight.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Sid Stratman. I'm from St. Louis Park.
And what brought you to Lush today?
I don't have anywhere else to go, to be honest with you. And I also felt like with everything that's happened this year that it'd be better if I spent time with my community than potentially my family. I'm really thankful that I live in a state where I am not scared all the time, because I've lived in places where I have been. And I'm really thankful that I can express myself in the way that I want to, and I can stand up for other people's rights. I am hoping that everything that's happened this year has helped awaken people that may not have been complacent about how the world has been, because we've had a very liberal government for the most part. But to be honest, they really haven't been working for us as much as they should have anyways. And the fact that we have what we have now will hopefully move people to actually do something, and that is what I'm hoping for.
My name is Trevor Beatty. I live in the Twin Cities area. I'm originally from central Wisconsin, though. We were just hanging out with my boyfriend Ty here, and we wanted to come over and just kind of see what was going on, because neither of us had plans previously. So, well, the classics, friends and family, obviously. Almost done with school, so that's been a really big relief too. So I guess just kind of progress and friends and family. I guess my hope for the future is that I can be a positive impact. I think there's a lot of things that are out of our control, but there are a lot of things that are within our control too. So I'm just kind of focusing on what I can do and how I can kind of be a positive influence. And yeah.
So it's the whole be the change you want to see in the world kind of thing, right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
My name is Ty. I'm from Ohio, currently in Minneapolis. So I guess for the entire year of 2016 has been a big year for me. I've made a lot of big changes. I moved my whole life here a few months ago, made a lot of new friends, reconnected with old ones too. So, I mean, really overall, I'm thankful for everything that's happened this year.
So what's the Twin Cities like compared to Ohio? I've actually never been there.
It's similar in a lot of ways. It is part of the Midwest, but Minneapolis is a lot more liberal, I think, a little bit more progressive than most places in Ohio. But overall, like, the adjustment hasn't been so far off. Like, I mean, it's been very much something I've pretty much adapted to pretty easily. I guess the big thing for me is prosperity. I feel like there'll be a lot of new opportunities coming in 2017 that I think will be good for everybody. So that's ultimately what I'm hopeful for.
I'm Tanner Stewart. I'm here because I'm just thankful that I get to be with all my friends, and my family's out a little ways, so it's nice that I can be here with the community and just have fun, you know what I mean? I think for me it's just kind of everyone just coming together. I mean, with all this chaos, I feel like we're all needing to just come together and be less stressful and have fun, you know what I mean? I think we're all thinking about it way too much, and I think we're all going to be fine.
Luciana, I'm from Argentina, South America.
Randy Pollard from Alabama.
I'm thankful for my friends and my family.
Same here for my family and friends. And not only am I thankful today, but I'm thankful every day for them. So Thanksgiving is like every day for me.
I hope that all the oppressed people in this world liberate themselves and learn that they need to truly liberate themselves from the oppressor in order to be free, because nothing's going to change until we liberate ourselves from those oppressors.
Well, even though I won't be in this country, I hope that they'll come together and work together as one instead of being divided. And as long as they're divided, you can't get anything accomplished. But working together, you get a lot accomplished.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
TC Pride Podcast. We're on location at Lush for the annual Thanksgiving Day community meal and talking to some attendees here. What's your name and where are you from, please?
My name is Rhea Morgan. I'm from Spring Lake Park.
And what brought you to Lush today?
Actually, our roommate works here, and he is also in the Drag Evolution talent show tonight.
Awesome. And so it's Thanksgiving, so we're talking to people about what there thankful for. So what are you thankful for this year?
Wow, I did a huge Facebook post about this. Just, all my family and friends that get me. I feel like I'm a part of this community. I'm not actually a gay person, but I'm married to a trans guy. I have my gay best friend living in our downstairs, and I feel very connected to the gay community and Lush in particular. It feels like our second home here, so I'm real thankful for my actual family and my adopted family.
It's a thing. It's a real thing.
Yes, it's a real thing.
So along with talking to people about what they're thankful for today, it's been a crazy year. There's been a lot of crazy stuff happening this year. There's some crazy stuff happening right now. Along with talking about what we're thankful for, I'm also asking people about what they're hopeful for. So in a few weeks, 2016 is going to be in the record books, and we're going to be moving into the future together. So what are some things specifically that you're hopeful for, both for the community and for our country as a whole?
Wow. I'd really like it if we could change presidents. I know that's probably not possible. I guess I wish people would realize how much of a division is created in this country. People should just love each other and accept everybody. We're all the same. If you take away the skin color and the sexuality and everything, we're all exactly the same on the inside. Our hearts, just everything is the same. And I think people treat everybody too differently, and they really should treat everybody the same. So I think just the whole love thing is what I'm hoping for.
The TC Pride Podcast has been a production of Podletter Media and Twin Cities Pride. Subscribe now on iTunes or Google Play and submit your first Pride story at myfirstpride.org.